आरबीआई की पीसी हो रही है, शक्तिकांता दास क्या कुछ बोल रहे हैं, आपको सुनवाते हैं।
Indian Meteorological Department has predicted that the southwest monsoon rainfall, that is June to September 2019, is likely to be normal at 96% of the long period average. The third advance estimates of food grain production at 283.4 million tons for 2018-19 were lower by only 0.6% as compared with the final estimates for the previous year. Further, the stock of food grains at 72.6 million tons as on May 16, 2019 were 3.4 times the prescribed buffer norms and provide a backstop against any supply disruptions due to weather adversities. In the industrial sector, growth in 8 core industries decelerated sharply in April. Credit flows from banks to large industries, however, strengthened, though they remained somewhat muted for micro, small and medium industries. Seasonally adjusted capacity utilization in the manufacturing sector slipped to 75.2% in Q4 from 75.8% in Q3. Import of capital goods, a key indicator of investment activity, remained anemic in April. High-frequency indicators suggest moderation in activity in the service sector. Turning to inflation, the MPC took note of the fact that retail CPI inflation remained unchanged in April from its March level of 2.9%. Higher inflation in food and fuel groups was offset by lower inflation in items excluding food and fuel. Inflation expectations of households in May 2019 round of RBI survey declined by 20 basis points for the 3-month ahead horizon compared with the previous round, but remained unchanged for the 1-year ahead horizon. Normal growth in rural wages and in the organized sector staff costs remain muted. Liquidity in the system turned to an average daily surplus in early June after remaining in deficit during April and most of May due to restrained government spending. Apart from liquidity injections through LAF operations, the RBI conducted two OMO purchase auctions in the month of May amounting to 25,000 crore and a US dollar buy-sell swap auction of $5 billion equivalent to 34,874 crore for a tenure of 3 years to inject durable liquidity into the system. An OMO purchase auction of rupees 15,000 crore has already been announced to be held on June 13th, and this will be naturally the auction would be held during next week. Transmission of cumulative reduction of 50 basis points in the policy repo rate in February and April 19 was 21 basis points to the weighted average lending rate, that is WLR, on fresh rupee loans. Interest rates on lower tenor money market instruments remained broadly aligned with the overnight WACR, reflecting near full transmission of the reduction in policy rate. The 10-year government securities benchmark yield has also declined by about 40 basis points from its average in April 2019 to about 7%. This was the position before we announced before the MPC resolution and the decisions were put in the public domain. Thereafter, the developments I have to see. The Reserve Bank will ensure that adequate liquidity is available in the system for all productive purposes. Exports grew by 0.6% in April 2019, but imports grew at a somewhat accelerated pace, leading to a widening of trade deficit. After a sharp recovery in March, net foreign portfolio inflows have been relatively modest at US dollar 2.3 billion in 1920 during the months of April and May. India's foreign exchange reserves were at 421.9 billion. I repeat, 421.9.
आरबीआई ने एक बार फिर से ब्याज दरों में कटौती कर दी।